What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another VVR Chop Shop Road Course Series Racing event for you tonight. As always, with me in the booth is Mr. Church. Mr. Church, what's going on tonight? Tell us about a little something different tonight, hey, bud?
Yeah, a little something different tonight. Rain. Man, rain. I'm having some technical difficulties, so trying to get back in there now.
Yeah, it's we were talking before the broadcast started that, you said these guys were struggling on that struggle bus. And the field's not quite the same size as, I guess it's close. I mean, we got some people here, some people there. But overall, not a very large field, so I don't think we should have too many button and banging, over the course of tonight.
No, a lot of the guys, they're just the whole field's gonna have to be cautious and careful. I believe this is our first race with rain, and man, it's slippery. So these guys are just gonna have to be careful, take it easy. Um, I believe I heard that about possibly. I think the rain's supposed to stop. So once that rain stops, they'll be able to change their tires into some dry tires and continue on from there. So not sure when that rain is supposed to stop, but I know for sure we'll have a stage at lap 15. So kind of look around that about that time frame.
We're going to bring up the race info right here for you. 68 degrees, 94% humidity, which is where the rain's at. Overcast, 2-mile-an-hour winds. We are at Circuit Zandvoort. It's been there since, let's see, Zandvoort, and it's known as Circuit Park Zandvoort until 2007. It's 2.6 miles. It's in the Netherlands.
Yep.
The track temperature right now is 67 degrees, really cold. They should normally, I'd say, hey man, as cold as it is, they're going to have some high speed racing, but I don't think these boys are going to want to go insanely fast.
No, you're talking about the track at Zandvoort. Yeah, it is a Dutch track in the Netherlands. Believe it or not, they quit. They haven't raced like here in 35 years. They stopped and they didn't race there in 35 years. They finally started racing F1 again, um, back in 2022, I want to say. So not very long ago. Max Verstappen was a big part of getting this track back on the schedule. Because that's where he's from. So. Yeah, so they're just starting to bring this track back on the schedule, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll watch them.
So our starting lineup is the Deus, Steven Salas, Michael Strickland, Chris Roberts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go to your GT3s with David Steiner, Noah Blackwell, Theodore Seidel. I'm pretty sure it's Seidel. Nathan Bigart, Philip Caffrey, Tyler Hammond, um, Michael. I can't. Michael Caffrey. I don't know why his last name ain't showing up. Wesley Straight.
A little crazy. It looks like some of the other drivers too's last names they show.
Yeah, I'm not. It's kind of funky why it's doing that for whatever reason.
Thaddeus Marshall, I believe you said starting on the pole. He does have an EOL, so he will be going to the back. I know, as long as with Nate Bigart and Mark Retchen.
Really, serving some EOLs. That is the bummer.
Yeah.
They're gonna roll off here.
There we go. Now I'm back in.
Yep. So you can see Thaddeus or Thaddeus. I apologize. I'm so bad with his name. It's Thaddeus, people. Thaddeus. He's just gonna pull over and go right to the back of the GTPs here. So it's gonna put Steven Salas and Michael Strickland 1, 2 at the beginning of this race.
Be interesting to watch and see with this rain. I know, according to the radar, I know it's supposed to stop, and you can see on the radar the break in it. Um, mm, I don't. I'm not really good at telling time when it comes to the rain, but it looks like maybe an hour or so, half hour to an hour, this rain will be stopping. So might make put a big wrench into the race. We'll see.
This already crashed. We're gonna go see if he actually did or didn't.
That wouldn't be surprising with this rain. I mean, this track. I mean, it's slick, and these guys have never ran
Oh,
on rain
it said he
before.
wrecked because he went.
Ah, gotcha. I wouldn't put any accidents past anybody.
guys are going to start pacing now. We're going to get this show underway. I'm going to keep an eye on the time, too, because it's almost 8:40. It starts, we know. You know what I mean? We know.
Yep. About the time frame. We're kind of looking at laps. 15th lap. We're kind of judging. We'll see what happens when it gets closer to about that time. I believe there's going to be a stage, so.
They're green. You can just see them. Oh, we're not
creeping.
Oh, man, are they going to do a whole pace lap before they go green? David Steiner, your defending winner from last week. Sitting in number 1. Noah Blackwell to the outside of him.
Keep an eye on that Tyler Hammond, though. Watching him in practice a little bit, he was doing good.
Old crack. We got Caffrey out here, too. We got both Caffrey guys out here. So that ought to be. You can see the spray coming up from behind the cars. I can't wait till we get some racing and somebody starts tracking somebody down. We can go in the cockpit and watch that show.
It's going to be interesting. First implicament weather on the road course, so see what these guys do.
Thanks to everybody out there right now watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. ChopShop Road Series right here, brought to you by VVR, Virtual Velocity Racing. They race Next Gen Series on Thursday nights. Make sure you go over to Facebook /Virtual Velocity Racing. Check them out. Give Tim Lee, he's the owner there, give him a shout and see if you can't sign up. Go racing with him if you're interested in some Next Gen stuff. We are on the world's longest pace lap.
Yeah, so with Thaddeus starting in the back, is that moved David Steiner and it looks like Noah Blackwell to the front row?
Well, it would be Solis and Strickland GTPs.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yep. There we go.
We're going green, boys. Let's get after it. You can just see that spray just kicking up like crazy.
What's the view like being behind somebody with that spray kicking up?
Let's just jump on board with Tyler Hammond. What he's looking at. You know, it's not too shabby, honestly. I mean, you can, I mean, you could see brake lights.
As we got one off track, it looks like we got Nathan Biggert off track. He's back on.
Thaddeus just says he crashed twice. I'm going to say he probably hit the grass. We'll go back and take a look. Right now, we're riding on board with Tyler Hammond. I'm sure B&B, his grandparents are out there rooting him on, watching the show. This is everybody's first time on rain, so it's going to be interesting. To say the least.
Interesting.
See what happens. Line up. Through chasing down Strickland. Oh, he just spun him. He didn't fully spin out, but he spun him. Yeah, said he did it again here. It's not like these GTPs already don't have enough power the way it is. And he loses.
Yeah, you can definitely tell them getting loose in the corners.
Solis with an X.
Even going slow. Philip Caffrey off track, in through the sand, out the other side. He's all right.
Steven Solis just did it. Noah Blackwell did it. I mean, we're going to try keeping it live, folks. There's going to be a lot of incidents.
Got Nathan Biggert working on Wesley Straight here. Looks like
caught on his heels, racing hard, and they're just in the wake of Michael Caffrey right here. You said there's going to be a caution, yeah, so these guys can be able to tires.
I believe so. We'll have to watch the weather. I mean, it's all dependent on the weather. Lap 15, roughly. They're thinking about 15 laps in, this rain is supposed to stop, according to the radar. So, if that's the case, yeah, they'll definitely be coming in for dry tires and whatnot.
Interesting. It's good to know that these guys planned everything out. They're going to do a comp yellow if everything pans out. These guys wanted this, though, man. They wanted the rain. Right now, you got Steiner showing the way from the GT3s. And believe it or not, Stryker's not run away from him in that GTP car. I'm going to say it's probably a weight distribution thing in the cars. You know, those GT3s are heavier than GTPs are.
Yeah, I could see those GTPs being a little bit harder to run on the rain, hydroplaning and whatnot, being they're lighter, but more powerful. So yeah. Oh, I hear somebody spinning.
Yeah, that's Steven Salas just went through the grass. It looks like Peyton's speed.
And there goes Philip Caffrey around. We're gonna see a lot of that. These guys are getting used, customized to the rain, wet track.
Philip Caffrey, the brother of Michael Caffrey, and he is running a Ferrari. Very interesting that he didn't use the car.
Michael Caffrey going out around Theodore here.
Yeah, see, you can see how he just cut right in front of him and just threw him in that wake of water.
Yep, slows him down. Tyler Hammond.
Yeah, your biggest movers, Tyler Hammond and Michael Caffrey.
Running P2 in the GT3. Doing a good job. God, I like that car, Tyler.
Gotta keep it clean, but Caffrey is hot on his heels, hunting him down. On board with Caffrey. This is down Tyler Hammond. You can just see how much of that wake when Caffrey gets right behind him. What he could see, especially when that car is already white the way it is, kind of messes with you.
For sure. And you can see these guys when they get up behind somebody, they kind of either go to the left or the right a little bit just to try to stay out of that wake over that spray.
Yeah, and looking at, on board with Caffrey here, you could see the sun peeking through the clouds in certain areas. And right where the track, it looks like the track's already starting to dry up in some spots.
Yeah, according to the radar right now, it's getting closer to being cleared up. So I'm guessing, maybe another half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour or so, the rain will be slowing down. You can already see that it's letting up a little bit.
We're going to have a good battle. Caffrey, Tyler Hammond not even concerned that Caffrey's back there. He's just running his line, running his pace. Smart move.
Christian Bears slides off the track into the sand in that GTP. Looks like you're just going a little hot. Slid it off there.
Happens.
Oh, and Salas gets into him when Ropers was trying to merge back onto the track.
We were on his camera too, unfortunately. We've seen that live.
That's too bad for the both of them. Hopefully they're okay, but
that's racing. This, like we said, man, the water is new. Roberts is 3 laps down. How about Michael Strickland, your leader for the GTPs? Believe it or not, he's actually behind David Steiner.
Yeah, we're be interesting racing. Watching these guys up here, we work up front. We're missing a couple people tonight, and one of them being James Pierce. Not sure what he's got going on, but we're missing him. So it's a little bit, lets these guys that really run up front really do run up front without James Pierce here.
Oh, I think they would have got him.
Oh, it looks like he just posted a message in Discord. James did. Apologies for missing the race. He's having bad issues with his dog, and he's at the vet, and it doesn't sound good. So prayers for James and his family, and for
family
his
first.
furry best friend. Yeah, for sure, family first.
Here comes Stryker on a tear right now. He gets around. Got 3 Australians and 1 sitting in first. 7.
Caffrey come to a complete stop, and he's off rolling again. Michael Caffrey, that is. I'm not sure if you probably went off track. We're going.
Yeah,
he's rolling.
He just
Theodore in the pit. Running second in that GTP class. Rolling back out now. I'm not sure if he's taking damage or fuel or.
Hey, it's a long race. It's all right
Ooh.
to get in there and get stuff taken care
Here's Philip Caffrey off track into the grass, and it looks like he's going to tow.
The man on a mission, leading the way, showing them all how it's done. Australian fears no rain.
No. Real curious how much more these guys are going to push and their positions when it comes to this rain stopping. So,
I love watching them rip around that. So sweet. These guys are pushing it.
looks like you got Michael Strickland, Thaddeus, and Steven Solis, and Chris Robert is your top 4 in GTP. David Steiner, Tyler Hammond running 2. Nate Biggert running your top 3 in GT3. Oh, okay. Oh, that just changed on me. Okay.
He just got around. Nathan Biggert in that 01 Mercedes. Tyler Hammond.
Oh no, it froze up.
You can just see how much these guys are bringing. A lot. It's a lot.
Having technical issues.
It's all right. We got our church. The broadcast is up. We're doing well. No harm, no foul, buddy.
No.
On Retchen. We ain't seen Retchen. Retchen's back here chilling in 5th. I apologize. Sitting in 5th, up 6 positions, just cruising, going for a little Sunday drive. You would think, after, I don't know, 10 laps, these guys would kind of have a good dial on.
Yeah, and some of the track, if it's starting to get dry in some areas, it'll make these guys push a little harder in those areas. But then all of a sudden, boom, they find a wet spot. So you got to be careful. So.
Bonner on her own. Folks, I would be more exciting listening to me, but if you could tell, my throat is still not 100%. I'm sorry I'm so bland.
Hey, at least you're better than what you were, though.
Slowly but surely. I don't have to mute my mic as often.
Yeah. He ain't coughing as much.
Not coughing. No Blackwells. He must not. He just must be loving it out. That's it. Caffrey. Street also here in a bit. You can even see the tread on the tires on the back tire there. If you look real close, you can tell they're wet tires. Slick. Nathan Biggert right here. His best lap time is 151.79.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to see if I could pronounce any of these corners, and yeah. So
You don't speak Netherlands?
I'll tell you what, dude. Out of all the tracks we've ran so far, this has got to be the weirdest, craziest names that I've seen. All 14 corners.
I'm looking off in the distance. I see skyscrapers back there. I'm going to bet a pretty penny that one of them skyscrapers is a hotel.
Oh, I bet so. And you know, it makes you wonder if the Netherlands has a Hooters.
If never know.
For those that don't know, what Hooters is. Hooters is it's a restaurant. It's they sell chicken wings. You know, anything. A lot of times people don't go for the food though, so we'll just leave it at that.
I go there.
Yeah, I do too. But yep,
Beer. You know what though? Twin Peaks, which is predominantly the same kind of restaurant, they actually have like the best craft I have ever had in a cup. I don't know if it's because their kegs are colder or what it is, but I mean their beer automatically better for whatever reason.
Probably because it's colder. You can't go wrong with cold beer. I don't know though. Hard to tell. I mean, I haven't had beer in a long time, so but yeah, I mean, cold beer is always good.
Oh yeah. There ain't nothing like cold beer after some hot food.
Got back up and rolling here.
Got the two dominant boys side by side. Going diver in there low, David Steiner, and he's just going to take off like a rocket. I mean, David Steiner has this car figured out. In the ring.
Yeah, for sure. His braking points, I'd imagine he's got dialed in. When to brake, when to slow down, where to slow down, to keep that car under control in this wet conditions.
We just got the camera set on exciting, so wherever the action is, the camera's automatically going to switch over there. It's so hard keeping track with these guys. Wretched slides off the track, tries to bring it back on, loses it.
Oh, I thought he had it saved right there. Too unfortunate, man, for Etchin. I really kind of biased when it comes to Etchin, but he's back up and going. We're good.
We still got Stryker back here chasing down your leader, Steiner. You think we ought to just give Steiner a double trophy if he beats the GTPs too?
Why not, man? I mean, how tough? I mean, you know, yeah, and in the rain, yeah, yep.
I mean, that is where the benefit is, though. Is weighs more than Stryker. Stryker's being conservative. He doesn't want to mess up.
The handling difference in those cars, I bet, are a big difference. Where is? Ooh, we got Christian Bears off track.
Buddy, if you've seen all the off tracks that I'm looking at on the SDK.
We planned for it.
I mean, we are slowly approaching the 30-minute mark. Is that when they plan on throwing the stage?
I want to say, I don't have a time frame. I want to say a lap frame, 15 laps, is when they're going to throw it. So, according to my calculation here, it looks like 4 or 5 more laps.
As we see Stryker finally get around Steiner, he's like, I'm done riding behind this fool. I'm out. He's just stomped on the pedal and let her go. He was done riding around in that stuff. He'll make Steiner ride around.
What a good battle, though.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't really count toward either one of them other than staying above cars in their
Right.
class. But when you're out here and if you could keep up, might as well, right? Have fun with it. Stryker just now laying down your fastest lap. Oh no, it's second fastest. Yes. Ran a 149.58. The Deus ran 147.8. Thaddeus, sorry. Thaddeus. Yeah, so Thaddeus.
Just riding along Nathan Biggert in the pits. I don't know if he's getting fuel damage fixed or changing tires, but
Stryker up underneath Wessel Straight.
It's getting closer to, I think, tires changing from the wet tires to the dry tires is going to be a factor. So I don't know if Nate's trying to make one early here and taking those. Because it's taking him a bit to come out.
They're still kicking up a lot of spray. We got.
Oh, Steven's house goes around and hits the wall.
Ouch.
Lost the front end. Oh, man.
We'll go take a gander at that one.
That was a hard hit there. Lost the front end.
Ooh. Uh-oh. That's crazy that he lost the front end. He didn't even hit the front end. Hit the rear end. The spoiler should be.
Probably see him making a pit stop. There's got to be quite a bit of damage to that.
They're showing the way for the GT3s, followed by Hammond and Caffrey, your top three. And you got Strickland, Thaddeus, and Salas, top three. Roberts is just struggling. He keeps popping up. Rex. I'm assuming he spun out.
Yeah, Nathan Biggert's still in the pits. Not sure what's going on there.
So easy.
But it is showing him 8th place. As Wesley Straight spins her around.
Nathan Bigger just left the pit.
Straight. Trying to get her turned around here.
Salas entering pits. Stryker just got this thing up in front on cruise control. You think the whole time he's sitting in his car, don't mess up. It's right on board with Stryker.
Yeah, I think he's sitting in that car going, make sure I hit my marks. Don't brake too late and don't hit the brakes too hard. It's that pavement's still being wet.
Yeah, we're sitting on board with him right now. He is turning the wheel so slow that a grasshopper could jump in there and turn that wheel faster.
Yeah, for sure. Small movements of that wheel are, I'm sure it'll just kick that rear end right out if you turn that wheel too much.
Low and steady wins the race.
Is that Chris Roberge coming up on?
Ooh.
Ooh. Theodore around. Hits the wall, spins her around.
Going up, up. And he makes it. He Biggert's having some issues. I'm not 1,000% sure what these issues are, but he's on the struggle bus right
So you got Nate and Biggert a lap down. Steven Salas is a lap down. 2 laps down is Wesley Straight. 3 laps down is Chris Roberge. 5 laps down is Philip Caffrey. And then back in the garage, Noah Blackwell. I believe Philip Caffrey's in the garage too. Noah Blackwell, 11 laps down.
now. Just get some work done. David Steiner working his way around Chris Roberge.
Now, what about Tyler Hammond, though? Oh, he gets it a little loose. He saves it. Nice save by Tyler Hammond. He went to go make that short corner there, and the rear end came out from underneath him, and he just watched him Tokyo drift it and save that thing. That was a good save by Tyler Hammond.
Whee!
But no, what I was saying about, I mean, he's doing good. He's just being calm and collective. As you see Caffrey back there get a little loose. Wonder if that wind and that air off of Tyler contributed to that as he was coming up on Tyler and then just broke loose a little bit.
Well, this is 4 position too, so Caffrey wants to get around him.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing. There's Mark Gretchen that went off track. He's back up and going.
Go on board with Caffrey. See how bad this spray is. You can start to see, it looks like there are dry spots on the back where the cars are. Oh, Caffrey just saved it. What a catch.
Yeah, that spray, the closer you get to them cars, is definitely playing a factor on the handling of these cars. And it loosens them up, I'm guessing, because these guys, they get close, and then they get the rear end a little coming out, and they save it. Good save.
And this is, we didn't mention this earlier, but the amount of rain that you see is like the absolute lowest amount that you could put.
Isn't that crazy?
And this is, you can see how bad these guys are struggling. They have a water log where it's just a torrential downpour. 90% of the track's in the water. So like these guys will race as you get Caffrey, bombs it in down below on the corner. He's going to try slowing down, keeping it off Hammond. He's going to gas it, and he's going to get around him for a second place position.
Yeah, good pass by Caffrey on there to make the right move, right time. And Tyler just made sure he, had Caffrey make a clean pass.
Wesley Straight, Michael Caffrey, and Tyler Hammond all playing cat and mouse back here.
Oh, David Steiner gets her a little loose there, but holds on to her. He's definitely pushing. Michael Strickland. Yeah, he's just Striker just out for a Sunday cruise at this point, just making sure he keeps it straight and keeps it on track. We should be getting closer now to any time to where a competition caution. Be on the lookout.
Maybe they just said that.
Could be. What a good battle between Tyler Hammond and Michael Caffrey, though.
Yeah, I got the camera set on exciting.
Nathan Biggert back up and around again. Not sure what happened to Nathan there. He got hot into a corner or what, but he's up and rolling again.
Take it. Take the quick way around. Steiner, Caffrey, and Ham, and the only 3 cars in the GT3 class on the same lap. We have Strickland and Thaddeus Marshall. Only 2 cars. 1, 2. Thaddeus has came back out, after Salas, destroyed the front end of that car. It allowed Thaddeus.
Yeah. Yep. I've seen Theodore. He's still in the pits. Yes, he's still. Theodore's still in the pits. He's been in there for a while. I'm not real sure what happened.
Yeah, he's been in there for about 5 minutes. Steven Salas been in there about 9 minutes. Philip Caffrey.
I'm just looking at the paint of Mark Rich and that Chop Shop Racing Signature Esports car. Just a beautiful looking car. With Signature Esports, we got to give a shout out to Jason. Last night was his 1000th race broadcasted on the iRacing platform. So, man, that's a milestone, 1000 races. So shout out to Jason, Signature Esports, for that.
How about that? That's a lot of work, considering I'm on my 20th.
A long time. It's a lot of.
I'm catching him. Don't worry. I'm at 20.
Yep. It's like the rabbit and the turtle.
By the time I catch him, he'll have over 1 million.
It'd be crazy. It's a crazy milestone, man.
Well, and I would probably say one out of 20 of mine, 10 of them have been with Jason.
Yeah. Jason, he helped you out a lot, get you started and going, and we can't thank him enough. And we even helped him broadcast his Thursday night league racing. And so, I can't thank him enough for allowing me to be a part of it with you to do it. So,
Yeah, man. Jason's a good dude. Jason.
He's good human.
You're watching. What up, dog? What up?
And speaking of which, speaking of broadcasting and league racing, we've got to give a shout out to VVR and Tim Lee.
Primary sponsor.
Yep, Tim Lee. If you haven't, go check him out at VVR, Virtual Velocity Racing.
I don't know if you know this, but I sponsor this. I didn't.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the next series. Chopping It Up series. They just
chopping it up.
Yeah, they just decided to go chopping it up on there. I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. The Eagle, yeah, podcast. If you haven't yet, go check out ChopShop _TV and the Chopping It Up podcast series. Ryan does that. Been doing it about every week, which is cool. Podcast interviewing drivers, just their daily lives outside of racing, inside of racing, and anything in between. So, check out the podcast and Chopping It Up.
Well, now that you've been broadcasting with more and more, yours is more sought after.
Mine's been sought after for a long time, from what I understand. So, we'll get to that point.
Tyler Hammond back here, still digging.
Got Michael Strickland running first, David Steiner running second. Strickland in GTP, Steiner running second in a GT3, Thaddeus Marshall running third in a GTP, Michael Caffrey, Tyler Hammond, 4 and 5 GT3s, Mark Gretchen, 6th GT3, Nathan Biggert, 7th GT3, Wesley Straight, 8th GT3, Chris Robert's GTP 9th, Theodore, Steven Salas, Philip Caffrey, and Noah Black.
Striker comes up here on Wesley. You can just see him swerve back, trying to get out of that way. It's going to blow right by him.
Yeah, I'm not sure with Nate Biggart, if he's got damage to that car or what. But I just watched him, David Steiner, go out around him. He just let him go by. Just let it go ahead, go. Like, I don't think that car is handling the way Nathan wants it to work.
No, almost. Some sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just not working out for Nate. Unfortunate. I know Nate loves this road stuff, so really unfortunate.
I'll be honest with you. I originally did this broadcast to help the league out. That's just more money we don't need to spend. It's growing on me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I started doing it with you, and I'll tell you what, it's just about as much fun as racing to me. I don't know what it is, but yeah, man, I love this stuff. Theodore is back on track, so must have had a lot of damage to fix or something, but he's back out there in the track rolling.
The leader striker. Striker with the crash.
Ooh, leading. Who is that?
Ooh! Oh, he missed. Looks like he was about to slap into Caffrey. He ended up stopping it down and not hitting anybody. Why that counted as a crash beyond me, I don't know if it's because he got close to him. Nope. Striker's good.
Yeah, I'd have a lot of crazy things happen, I'm sure, with this weather and everything. Whether it's just skidding off into the grass a little bit or, who knows?
Anyways, back to what we were talking about. The road course stuff growing on me. Growing on me so much, I'm going to do the Sebring 12. Bless
I've noticed that. I've noticed that with you. You ran one with them here not too long ago. I'm not sure. I remember which.
I was going to, but my class was.
Oh, okay.
I was going to do the bathroom.
Yeah. You know, man, I really watching these guys run this road, and I've dabbled in it a few times. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of practice. But it is something that, I haven't put away that I'd like to get better at. So, yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from wanting to run some more road stuff.
Well, especially a 12-hour race. That's an endurance race. That's just awesome.
Yeah. So have it under your resume saying you've done an endurance race. I mean, that's just cool. I got to give a shout out to Chris Roberge, though. I've watched him, been watching him, and he's been going off having trouble, having a bunch of trouble, but he hasn't given up. Shows him currently 9th overall and 3rd place in the GTP class. So shout out to Chris.
Pull up the track map.
Pull that track map up and say some of them corner names.
Yeah.
Got Wesley Straight in the pits.
As the no way. It is something we're going to have to address next week. Figure out
Even salad.
Why is
Yeah, for sure. Got to be a glitch or something. We'll get it figured out though.
Yeah, I mean
Speak,
it's so hard. This is so
rain. This rain's caused a lot of issues. I know it's frozen me up a few times, and I've had to back out and come back in. But better to learn now for next time. But no, Steven Salet's back on track after getting some damage fixed. You know, that front end was all tore up. Now looks like a normal front end. So he's back out there rolling and trying to finish this thing.
He was in the pits for 15.
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes into this race. About 15 to go. 20. These races go by quick.
Burrs off the grass and get back on track. Nathan trying to stay off of him. Let's go. Let's sit in the cockpit. Car just does not want to turn. Maybe. Shame. Thaddeus out here digging, but there is a 40-second gap between him and Strickland.
Yeah, as long as Stryker keeps her straight, keeps it on the road,
Tyler on
the hard to
side
catch.
of bigger. Yeah, he's not 40 seconds.
But never say never. I mean, something can happen.
That's true.
With
I
this
got confidence in you, Stryker. You got this.
Yeah, he deserves one. Stryker, he's been trying real hard at this road stuff, and I mean he's been doing pretty good. But now tonight might be his one night. Bring one home.
I think Stryker's always.
Yeah. Look at Mark Retchen running 4th place in that GT3.
I want to try reloading this camera over here. Give me a quick.
Yeah, you're good.
It's gonna look kind of funky. I gotta close. Oscar. I hate it when the sponsors won't cycle. Hey, look, there it is. That makes
Tyler Hammond running 2nd in that GT3 class. Biggest mover of the race, up 6 spots.
Maps. What the logos are.
So Michael Strickland, your leader in the GTPs, and David Steiner, the leader in the GT3. 2nd is Thaddeus Marshall, the GTP, and 2nd in the GT3 is Tyler Hammond.
Tyler.
Yeah. He's doing real well.
He's gonna be telling his dad he's see how he controlled that slide? That was a wheelman move right there if I've ever seen it.
Well, you see,
That was a wheelman move right there if I've ever seen it. That was a wheelman move right there. That was a wheelman move right there if I've ever seen it. That was a wheelman move right there if I've ever seen it. That was a wheelman move right there if I've ever seen it.
You see, it's Tyler out here on the track and not John, right? I mean, what's that tell you? No, but I think they're gonna get 2 rigs set up, and then they can both be on the track together. So that'll be fun to watch when that happens.
Think there'll be any in our house?
Oh yeah, you know there will be. All friendly competition, kind of. Oh, striker off track. And that's we were talking about that. Looked like he was. And gained 10 seconds. It looks like.
Yeah, 31.
Yep, 10 seconds.
I mean 9 roughly.
Yeah.
Who's being there?
Simmer down, striker. You got a little bit to go.
Yeah, we're going to approach roughly 20 minutes. Thaddeus running her. You could hear it bouncing off the rev limiter, trying to catch up to Stricker.
And he is too. He's catching him. I think it shows about 27 seconds, 28.
Striker wants
Slowly
this
but
win
surely.
so bad he can feel it.
Striker just needs to not push and just maintain.
Yeah, you know how it is though in these cars. You get going, just can't help yourself but wanting to go fast.
Right.
Takes
Ooh,
a
Wesley
lot of
straight
this.
off. Wesley straight into the grass, back on the track.
Boys are put on a clinic. So we got Strickland, Marshall, Robert, Salas, your top 4 in your GTPs. Your GT3s, you got Steiner, Hammond, Caffrey, Gretchen, Bigart, Straight, Seidel, Caffrey. The second Caffrey there. It's Phillip.
Yeah, what a good run by Mark Gretchen. Running 4th place currently in the GT3, just cruising. He's 2 laps down, but that's to be had.
We just watched Michael Caffrey blow the doors off Bigger. Striker following suit.
No, it
Steven
makes
Salas
me
gonna be
wonder.
following suit.
Makes me wonder what happened to Nate Bigart. Got to be a handling issue in that car, and I don't remember him really getting in an accident hard enough to do any of that. Do you remember?
I mean I skipped a lot of them because I knew there was going to be a bunch of off tracks and everything, you know.
Right.
So I wasn't going to go searching through, but I mean I didn't. But go back, watch the broadcast when it's all said and done, or watch the replay. You know, we could save these replays.
Yep.
Oh, striker sideways, he saves it. Michael Caffrey gonna be up on the high side. Let that big old Mercedes eat, son. He's gonna take Striker on the outside in that GTP. Striker coming into the pits.
Here's the point for Marshall to try to gain some time on him. As I looked after he said he saved it, he looks like he gained 3 or 4 seconds on Marshall. So see what Marshall can do here. I believe he's got a pit too, though.
I mean, my guess is Striker's going, he's going gas it. tires, but I could be wrong. I don't know how these bad boys run. Marshall taking the lead as he goes around Strickland as he's sitting in the pits.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have some sort of comp caution or something like that, but maybe they changed their mind on it.
I'm just going to go with you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm going. You gave up our hopes, George. I thought there's going to be a yellow. There isn't a yellow. Let's jump on board with Steiner here, leader for E3s. See if there's any.
Fisher Burge in the pits.
Doesn't look. It looks like he has a bunch of rain necks on there. Those raindrops are running. I don't really see anything falling down. Looks like it's just everything that he's picking up off the.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's raining. Yeah, we're clear from the radar. The rain's gone. The track's still a little wet. So these boys might be able to get a little bit more traction here. They keep running.
All the rain's on the track. We see Calf. Oh,
15-second lead for Michael Strickland.
All right, if Thaddeus has to pit, Striker will have him. I think he can make that happen. Theodore getting a little loose there. Caffrey. Try to work out who wants to lead more.
Thaddeus Marshall, Michael Strickland 1-2 in the GTP. David Steiner and Tyler Hammond 1-2 in the GT3. Michael Caffrey third, Mark Retchen fourth. Third place in GTP's Chris Roberge, and fourth place is Steven Salas.
How about David Steiner? Comes out, starts in the lead, been up there all day. He's letting everybody know who Big Daddy is.
Yeah, for sure. Steiner's good old Aussie guy. You know, he knows how to run these road races. I remember last year, the first year we ran road, he was fast. He was fast.
That dominate. Tyler Hammond.
What about Mark Retchen though? Like, fourth place.
What about Mark Retchen? You know, you've been stuck on him all day today.
I love the guy, man. I love the guy. He's one of those never quit attitudes too. Just a good old guy, man. Running fourth, had an EOL at the beginning of the race. Just holding on to it.
How about that Mark Retchen, Church? How about him, huh?
How about that Kyle Larson?
How about that Nate Biggert?
Nathan Biggert. Struggling today.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, when we come back here for this race sometime in the future, Nathan won't struggle with this track again. He will make sure of it.
Ooh. David Steiner almost gets into the back of Nathan Biggert.
And we got Wesley Straight out here that says, I don't need no stinking hood. Look at this guy. What a cheater. That's all the ram air you could possibly get in a car.
Michael Strickland involved in an accident with Thaddeus Marshall. Both of them. Thaddeus Marshall lost his spoiler. Not sure on damage on Michael Strickland, but probably front end damage. Both of them get involved in something.
Rewind it.
Breaking news. The top two get involved.
See what happens here. Striker's rolling on up in his pimp G-Wagon here. Thaddeus gets loose. Spins right in front of Striker. This is what happens.
Oh.
Slow motion. He sees headlights. Striker thinks he's probably died and gone to heaven as he turns to the right to try to get away from him. Thaddeus his car goes in there, goes up into the sky, lets Striker see his rear end, and destroys the dang thing. That's
Thaddeus. Thaddeus in the pits. Man,
that is crazy.
That'll throw a wrench in the punch bowl.
I mean, I wouldn't be drinking that punch. I can tell you that much. We got to be closing in on the end.
Anything could happen.
Not working yet again. US. SDK is not cooperating. Hey, look at that. We don't have logos again, but we got track map. How about them apples? It's just, folks, SDK is just doing whatever SDK wants. And Theodore down there spinning in circles in front of pit road. I don't know if he was celebrating early or what the story is there.
Yeah, they should be done about any minute now. It's at that hour mark. Yeah, and it looks like Michael Strickland will be your winner in the GTP, and David Steiner in the GT3. Second is Thaddeus Marshall in the GTP.
That is second wrecked.
Second in GT3 is Tyler Hammond.
Oh, he doesn't have that rear spoiler on. He's just making it
work. Yeah.
Whoop, looped her around. I wanted this track map up the whole time just so everybody can see how funky it is.
It's a funny looking track.
Funny looking track. Oh, I'm so irritated that the overlays are not wanting to cooperate.
I wonder if that has something to do with all the rain and everything. I was having issues.
Everything's new. Everybody's graphics cards are working a little bit harder just to even watch them. So I mean, there's and it's a lot of stress on the computer. Striker out showing the way. David Steiner back behind there. We got Roberge Salas back here, duking her out. Might not be for position because Salas is a couple more laps down than Roberge is, but these guys are still going to race like it is, which I'm okay with. I like it a lot.
Bet Wesley Straight's keeping that motor really cooled off without no hood on, you know.
Yeah, he was just trying to get a few more horsepower out of it. A, by cutting weight. B, by getting some ram air in there.
There you go.
That's legitimate ram air.
Thaddeus back in the pits again.
Thaddeus lap down. You guys don't even deserve to be on the same track as Strickland right now. Come on. No, I mean, this is It's one of those races that you don't know what to expect. You don't know how it's going to go. You got to drive around everybody on a sheet of ice, pretty much.
Yep. Yep.
Road burst sideways. Even Solace.
Oh, David Steiner around.
Looper?
Yeah.
Didn't catch it. What's the straight half corner? Striker will get around bigger here. That teal machine.
You know, it's just crazy to think. These guys have ran so many laps now and they're still spinning out, even though it's not raining. The track conditions, the track in certain corners have got to be changing all the time, because these guys are still, looping her and whatnot. So, it's just interesting with this rain to see how much the track changes. And even with these guys, still having some troubles.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, and no one knows what to expect. No one knows how fast the track's going to dry up, if it's going to dry up at all. I mean, as you watch these guys, they're still throwing a ton of spray up. And if you look in certain spots of the track, you could see the puddles. So I don't know, what it takes for the track to dry up where these guys can put tires back. If maybe they have, I don't know. Because you can see Stryker going down the straightaway, weaving it back and forth for the checkered flag. Congratulations.
Michael Strickland P1, Thaddeus Marshall P2, P3 Chris Roberge, P4 is Steven Salas in your GTP. The winner of your GT3 is David Steiner, Tyler Hammond second. Third is Michael Caffrey. Fourth is Mark Retchin. Fifth is Wesley Strait. Nathan Biggert sixth. Theodore is seventh. Eighth is Philip Caffrey, and ninth is Noah Blackwell.
How about them?
How about Tyler coming out here in the rain and finishing P2? And Michael Strickland getting his first road win
this season. Sure. It's but you never know with Striker. Sometimes he gets overly excited about stuff. Sometimes he's underly excited about stuff. So it'll be interesting to hear.
Almost like he expected it. Yeah.
Find out. These guys are going to finish.
25 laps. What they did around this in an hour.
Gretchen deciding to go backwards down pit road.
Hey.
Hey, there it is. Now we can pull up the race results. Man. Oh, there it is. So you got Michael Strickland, David Steiner, Tyler Hammond, Michael Caffrey, Thaddeus Marshall, Mark Retchin, Chris Roberge, Nathan Biggart, Wesley Strait, Theodore Seidel. I'm going to have to ask him. Stephen Salas, Philip Caffrey, Noah Black.
I want to apologize, but I think they did 34 total laps in the hour race.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut out of here. We're going to let those guys get gathered up, and we're going to talk to the top four, the top two in each class. class, and we're going to see what their thoughts are. We will be
Awesome.
right back. All right, folks, we are going to get these interviews underway. We're going to start this evening off with Thaddeus Marshall. What is going on, brother? Tell me about the the trials and the errors and the overcome things you had to overcome in tonight's race with a little rain in the
It was just way too many errors on my part tonight.
What's the one thing you learned the most, you think, after this the chain of events that took place?
Don't hit puddles.
Don't hit puddles.
Don't hit puddles.
Well, how are you supposed to avoid every puddle on this long racetrack?
Just really just paying attention to the track and just try to run. You can't really run the optimal line because the rubber just makes it a lot slicker. So you got to find other lines around the track to go through. And I don't know what was going on. His car would just step out from underneath me, and I just had no idea why.
What's I mean, you guys had a lot of practice, is this something that you even knew before coming into the race, or is it just something you had to kind of adapt to, as the race ensued?
Really, I haven't ran any rain races actually, so it was completely new to me. And then, started from the back of the GTP field. Right off the bat, I spun the car around multiple times, so I stuck way back in traffic, and then just finally got it past Striker when he pit, but it just really didn't help me after I killed the car. So I just decided to park it and serve the meatball and call it a day.
The one question we were wondering is obviously, throughout the race, the rain did stop. Now, did the track dry up? Like, what the groove that a lot of guys were coming were those grooves drying up, or were they just still wet as ever?
There was definitely some dry parts of the track coming up, but I still felt the wet tires were the way to go, and I was running faster lap times than Striker. I was catching, but like I'd run the fast lap, and then immediately the next one I'd make a mistake. So just need to learn next time just to just to run consistent laps and not try to push the car as much as I was.
Hey man, trial and error. This was the first. I'm sure it's the first of many now that it's introduced. I'm sure, iRacing's going to make a lot of changes as it goes on. Church, what do you got for him?
That is good second place finish or second place finish, man. I'll tell you what, you really you had me going when I looked over and you and Stryker got into it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there I tried to cut the corner and then hit a puddle, and the car just snapped on me. And once it goes, like there's no holding the brakes. It's just a passenger at that point.
Doing donuts in front of the leader. Yeah. Good job on P2, man.
All right, thank you.
Give your shout outs.
Gotta thank you guys up in the broadcast booth and ChopShop for putting the race on, and then 2-on-2 Racing. And missed my teammate tonight, but hopefully he's back in a couple weeks when we go to Le Mans.
Yeah, it looks like he posted in Discord that his animal wasn't doing too hot. So family first. You got to take care of even the fur baby.
Oh yeah.
All right, brother. We'll next week is a bye week, so we'll rest up and get some practice in, because who knows, maybe next week we'll have some rain too.
Oh, maybe.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too.
Get Riker up here, the winner of the GTP class tonight. Finally, only time would tell before you finally got to polish this one off. And on top of it, you did it on our very first rainy day. How's that feel?
It was awesome. It was actually awesome. It was, if I can't even explain how on edge these GTP cars are in this rain. It was, I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy. At any moment it could snap loose or it wouldn't break, so we were basically riding around 20-30% throttle, just trying to find some of the drier spots on the track and stay off the curbs as best as you can, and just race the track and no one else. Luckily for me, I started up front and was able to stay out of everybody's spray. Dave Steiner in the GT3 series was up there with me, and he did a great job running a different line than I was running, so I never got spray in the face. I was able to at least see where I was going and take it in as slow as I possibly could. But overall, it was an awesome race.
A couple things for you. I'm glad you brought up, you and Steiner run up front for a lot of the beginning of the race. Now, do you think the reason he was able to keep up with you or in front of you is just the weight distribution on the cars?
Honestly, I don't know. I know the GT3 cars have traction control, and they're able to modulate it and adjust it. So I ran a couple of official races this week in a GT3 car, and you can wheel that car around in the rain as long as you're not driving through puddles. It's a night and day difference. The GTP car, I don't know about the weight themselves. They just feel real light. And as soon as you hit any puddle, it just hydroplanes immediately. And if you panic and lock up the brakes, then you're just going to slide, and that's the end of your race. I'm not sure. It feels like it's weight, but I'm not 100% sure.
And you were talking about taking it easy. One of the things we did notice up here, me and Church up in the booth, is we jumped in your cockpit a couple times, and my grandma could turn that steering wheel faster than you were tonight. That was just to keep it from losing control, huh?
Absolutely. I want everybody to jump in one of these GTP cars and go in a rain race and see what we were experiencing. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced in iRacing before. It's like driving on ice and on water. It's crazy. You have to be off the gas, off the brakes, slowly turning, not turning too much, just to make sure that thing don't snap loose on you. But at least that's what I did, and today it worked out for me. A little bit of luck, more so than anything else. I just was able to keep it clean and Didn't get any big accidents. I think me and Thaddeus got connected there at the end while we were fighting for the lead with like 5 minutes to go. I feel bad for him because he had run me down throughout the race, and he probably would have won it had he not spun there. But I think he hit a puddle, and it just shot him around, and I was the beneficiary of that.
You know, Church, this man just referred to it's like driving on ice. And we know for a fact that that's BS. He has no idea what it's like to drive on ice. What do you got for him, Church?
Drive in the sand, maybe. I don't know. Nah, good race. Good first win of the season, Striker. You could definitely tell you're having fun out there. Remember looking back at one point, you were 40 seconds ahead. So, what were your thoughts when you looked up and you just had Thaddeus sideways in front of you?
I screamed at him. I said, "Don't hit me! Don't hit me!" Because he shot to the left, and I moved over to the right, thinking I was going to be able to get around him. But he was just a passenger at that point. He tried to overcorrect. It looked like, and he shot backwards towards me. And at that point, I knew it was going fast enough that I'd probably destroy us both. But he, when I hit him, he slid into the barrier, and I kind of absorbed the impact and was able to bounce off of him. He got the worst end of the stick. So when I saw him out front, the funny thing is I thought I was in the lead before I saw him. I heard my spotter say, slow car up front. He must have lost it a split second before I got to him, and I thought I was in the lead. So had he just hit his marks, I would have never even saw him. He would have just, he would have definitely finished ahead of me. He had a better stop, ran me down, and he, just luck. Sometimes, like they say, sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. And in his case, he was the bug today.
It was a great race, man, and a great win, great first win of the season. Give your shout out.
Thanks. We definitely want to give shout outs to everybody that's out there watching us. We appreciate you guys coming out here and supporting Chop TV. Make sure that you guys take the time to subscribe with us, be with us throughout the entire time, as this is our in-house broadcasting network. We want to thank Ryan and Church for being in the booth. Did you give any track facts today? Any cool facts?
It did. I was talking about how Zandvoort had a 34-year hiatus, and they just opened back up in 2022.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to be going back and obviously enjoying reliving this vicariously again through you guys. I know you guys are awesome at what you do. We thank you very much. So Chop TV and Ryan and Church, we want to thank all of our sponsors. I'll make it quick. We have a ton of sponsors throughout the league that allows us to do what we do. C2 Gaming, My Three Sons, Track Racer, the Baller Status Boys, Speedy Trophies, Admin Box, Geomax, MCI Paints, Stay Tuned Sports, which is our pole award broad sponsor for our Cup Series, and not last but not least, Virtual Velocity Racing, which is our main sponsor here. I'm sure you're probably aware they have a Cup Series. They're on Facebook. So if you're not out racing with us, make sure you go and racing with Virtual Velocity Racing, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. I know they're a great group of guys, and we want to thank them and Tim Lee for everything that they've done for us. But all in all, it was a great race. We thank all the friends and family that are out there, and our first inaugural race under the books for Chop Shop, and it's a milestone for me to even fall into this one. So it's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, and that was a good race tonight. Michael Strickland, everybody, P1 finisher, first race under the rain. We're going to get up Mr. Tyler Hammond here with a nice second place in the GT3s. Tyler, what did you learn about the racetrack tonight, and what was your likes and dislikes? Talk me through it.
I don't know. This is a new experience at this track. I just bought it today, so I really don't know how I did that good. But yeah, it was fun though. That the one section where it's kind of, you have right at that little kind of loopy but full throttle area, then you go into that kind of place with the big antenna right there. Then you go into that, hairpin. I think that was probably the hardest section of the track, but I thought, everything else was pretty manageable.
Yeah, you're not going to pay homage to your old man. He says he's the wheel man here in the league, so maybe you picked up a few things from him, huh?
I don't think I picked up anything road wise from him.
Well-
I think we have two different disciplines here. You know, it's like the sun and the moon. He's the moon. He's the oval guy. I'm the sun. I'm the road guy.
You know, I did see you spit that bad boy sideways a couple times. You know, did it kind of flutter you up a little bit to where it made you drive a little bit easier, make you respect the track a little more?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was some of those parts going through those puddles. It was pretty scary, but I'm just glad I didn't have any major wrecks or anything.
You know, and we love watching you, Tyler, because you do, for the most part, you stay out of trouble, and that's not it's not an easy task to avoid everybody, especially yourself. So kudos to you on doing that. What's is this? You think the rain is something you'd like to see more of going forward?
And I hope there is more rain. Honestly, I think that's where I'm best at.
Church, we got Tyler Hammond second place tonight. First time in the rain for the entire league. What do you got?
Yeah, for sure. Tyler, I was rooting for you, man. I watching you and watching you and watching you and coming away with a P2, especially in first time running rain for everybody. Great race, man. Great race.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just wanted to also say thank you to Michael Strickland. If it wasn't for him, I was doing a huge save on fuel. Those last around 12 laps, and I had to, I had to make him pass me, right at that last corner. And if he didn't do that, then I would have been really close. I might have ran out of fuel.
Give shout outs.
Oh yeah, so other than Striker, I think my dad, my parents, and just everyone watching. Thank God.
Was Grandma and Grandpa watching again tonight?
I'm not too sure.
They're going to have to go back and watch
for him or not.
They're going to have to go back like tomorrow or something. Watch the grandson get the podium. It was it was earned tonight, man. Congratulations on P2 finish. We are off next week, so we'll see you the following week and see what you come.
All right, see you guys. Have a good night.
We're going to bring your P1 finisher, Mr. David Steiner, the Australian, strikes again, going 2 for 2, brother. How's it feel? How'd it go tonight?
How you doing, everyone? Yeah, that was good, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Nice old hit out in the rain. It was good. Really good fun. Great fun. Good to see the other guys doing well too, like Tyler there. That's impressive. Well done. 0x. No infringement points, and he's been clean. He's safe fuel, and he's got all the way through in P2, P3 overall. Excellent work. That's good.
Do you think he's going to be a challenge for you sometime in the future?
Yeah, look. You look at his improvement each week, and I think, as I said to him in a message a while ago, if you can be accurate and you can have repeatable accuracy, then speed will come. And so you can see that now he's fast, and to be fast in the wet is a good sign. So he's clean, he's accurate, and he's fast, and he's getting better every week.
Hey man, I'm sure he's going to thoroughly enjoy that compliment, especially by you, man, because you dominated today, brother. I seen Michael Caffrey. He got up past Hammond a couple times, and it looked like he had a ton of speed. That maybe if he could get to you, he would have gave you a good challenge. But I mean, you were flawless for the most part. Is the rain everything you thought it would be?
Yeah, it is. It's insofar as a simulator is concerned, it's almost perfect. I think. Graphically, I think that the transition from wet to dry or a drying track, or when you're starting to get towards that point where you're considering slicks, I think graphically if the track looks drier than it is, and so they could fix that up. I think they could spend a bit of work on that. And so you can be tricked into coming onto slicks. I think the track does look dry, but it's not quite. But otherwise, it's pretty good. Physics seem really good. The response you feel in the wheel when you go searching for grip offline, you go looking for the less rubbered in surface, the more abrasive surface where you can find more grip when it's wet. you can feel that, and that represents well. And so I reckon they've done a pretty good job.
I mean, you did. I mean, you clearly, you did everything right tonight, and that was, that was one of the things that it's really hard. And maybe it's just the camera angles. Maybe it's something they need to work on in the broadcasting department for like SDK. It was really hard. It looked like there was chunks of the track dry, but it was hard to really tell. And from correct me if I'm wrong, but from the sounds of it, it was a lot easier being in the car to tell where the track was drying up, what groove, and where it wasn't still. Correct?
Yeah, that's true. And you can also, depending on where you are on the track and which cardinal direction you're facing, you can get a better response on, for example, the sun reflecting off the track. You can see that can help you, or in the other parts of the track, it can make it harder, obviously. So, but as you said, if you're seeing it and you're thinking there's dry patches from the perspective there of what you guys are doing, you're kind of seeing it the way I was. Like it looks like it's drying up, but in actual fact, it's not yet, and it can trick you. It's a bit of an illusion.
So that's probably one thing.
I think I was starting to see some dry, maybe in the final lap. Basically, I think there was another couple. It would have been another couple of laps for me before I put slicks on.
Yeah, so that's probably something they probably should work on, is just the feature of the wetness of the track drying up to where, because everybody still had spray coming out from almost all the time going down the
Yeah,
track.
that's
So
one of the key indicators.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was hard to tell. But I mean, overall, brother, a phenomenal drive as always. Another P1 finish. Church, what do you got for him?
Yeah, like I was going to add to that. I think from up here in our point of view, I think the spray is a little bit misleading yet. Some of them dry patches you hit, you're still getting spray pretty much all the time. So I think that's just a little bit misleading. You'd have to be in the car to really tell where the dry spots are. But you can definitely see where the sun hits the track, and you can see where it starts to dry off. So that's pretty cool. But David, hey man, I you're always I have no doubt in you, man. You're always running good, and you're fast. I can never not bank and not bet on my good old Australian. So good P1 finish, man. Not sure. We got a bye week next week. Not sure where we're at after that, but I'm pretty sure I'll see you up there towards the top there also, man. It's always fun to watch you and learn from you too. So good race, man.
Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next round, wherever that is. I'm not
Where
sure,
are
but
we?
yeah, looking forward to it as well. I'm enjoying the racing here.
We are
Le Mans.
Mans.
Yeah,
Yep.
off to France next. Crown Jewel number 2.
Crown Jewel number 2. Awesome. It'll be good to see you there, man. And congratulations on winning GT3 tonight.
Yeah, thanks very much, Robert. Appreciate it.
Give your shout outs, buddy.
Shout outs to all the drivers. Well done. Striker for the overall win. Again, well done, Tyler. That was a great performance. Good to see him coming up. Mick Caffrey in third there and fourth overall. He regrets to inform he's not able to make it. He had to shoot off straight after the race, so he couldn't be here to have a chat. Yeah, well done, everyone else. And thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys there at ChopShop TV and the sponsor of Virtual Velocity Racing.
All right, we got David Steiner. Went 2 for 2 so far. We'll see in just over a week if he can't make it a three-peat. And as for us, Church, what did we take away from tonight? What did you take away from tonight?
Man, that track, when it rains, it's slick. And determination. All these drivers that were getting loose and going off track and getting in the grass, the spin outs or whatnot, they never quit. They kept going and going. They never, the rain, everybody wants it. It's a bunch of fun. Your visibility's low. What more could you ask for? These guys, never gave up, and we had a good race.
Hey man, and I enjoyed every bit of it. I really did. I didn't know what to expect. I knew there'd be a lot of off tracks, and obviously that just comes with learning, you know, how each vehicle is going to function, especially over a long run. On top of that, like like you heard from Thaddeus or Thaddeus. God dang, I hate it when I do that. Thaddeus, he just bought the track tonight, so the guy, he learned a lot, and probably more than most, because he didn't even have the track until tonight. And I'm sure there was a few others, but I loved watching every bit of this. I wish we had a larger class in the GTPs, just to kind of spice things up. But overall, I think everybody struggled the same amount. I don't think anybody really had an edge. I just think it was one of those things where there was people able to capitalize on minimizing the mistakes versus others. And Tyler Hammond with a 0X is just
in the rain.
We might be calling him the alien here soon.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited to watch Tyler progress and keep going through this season and just see how much more he builds on what he's already learning. So, it's going to be fun to watch Tyler. 0X on a wet wet track is just unbelievable and awesome. Not sure if anybody else had any more 0Xs, but good run by Tyler. Striker for getting his first season road win. So a different winner in GTP. Look kind of nice to see. Unfortunate for James Pierce having family pet issues at the vet. So we want to give we're thinking about and prayers out to James. But hey, we're off next week, and Le Mans is the next race, Crown Jewel number 2.
Le Mans. Can't wait to watch that. That's going to do it for it here at Chop TV. We will see you guys in a little over a week at Le Mans, and these guys will get busy and get after it one more time. You guys have a great night.